Oh. Ah. Ah. He saved it.
Whew.
Hello. What episode are we on? I've lost track.
Too many.
23 or 22?
I think it's 23.
I think it's 23
last week. That's why I had Joey on the screen.
Hi. This is the lab. No, it's not. Fuck. This is Shrimp Hours. Trace is here. It's throwing me off. He was on the lab. Oh yeah. Hi. I'm DriveThrough. Rusty's here. Ed's here. Cody's here. Slap's here. And Outlap legend Trace Ryder. How we doing?
Owner of terrible F1 takes, Trace Ryder. What's up?
I used to take one. I guess I'll ask. Who are you and what do you do?
Well, I'm Trace Ryder. I mostly hang out with the Shrimps when it comes to motorsport stuff. Right now, I've designed games and we're tabletop and board games, and that's the career path I'm on.
Fresh off your second PAX East panel, right?
PAX Unplugged, actually. So Unplugged is in Philadelphia. That's at the end of the year.
Where the hell's East?
East is in Boston.
Oh.
And East in Boston, West is in Seattle, South is in San Antonio, if they even have South right now. And then Unplugged is in Philadelphia. So yeah, so I did a panel for the game I created, get a little bit of FaceTime, get to schmooze a little bit with some of the industry guys, and I've got a game that I'm trying to wrap up now that I might be able to get published. So
ooh, that's nice. Fun. All right. By I think popular demand after last week's, or was not last week, after 10 Cent Beer Night 2 weeks ago, we've introduced a new segment so far titled Slap's Crazy Ass Moments in History. It was going to be a sports thing, but then you brought up something this week that
it's very topical. This is the 33rd. It's very topical. This is the 33rd anniversary of the Romanian Christmas coup of 1989, which is probably one of the craziest things to have ever happened in the late 20th century, and nobody fucking talks about it. But there's that famous song, the revolution will not be televised.
Yeah.
Well, this one was. From start to finish, every major event was televised and broadcasted. It's pretty much the only revolution that was broadcast flag to flag in human history. So that's
flag to flag. Only this kind of thing, the broadcast ends on the white flag.
Yeah, there's a different flag. You get rid of the Soviet flag, get the Romanian flag in there. So, so Romania kind of has like this crazy history of being in the middle of everybody else's problems, and nobody can really agree on who they belong to or whatever. They're kind of part of Eastern Europe, but they're not Slavic, and they don't use the Cyrillic alphabet. The name Romania, which seems to suggest that they might be Roman, and if you ever listen to the Romanian language, it does kind of sound like Latin. So this is like the lost tribe of the Romans that got all the way up to Thrace and Romania and just kind of settled there. So pretty crazy history with these dudes. They get independence after the fall of the Ottoman Empire. There was Dracula and Vlad the Impaler and all this crazy shit happening over there. So that's why they didn't get taken over by the Ottomans. But when the Ottoman Empire falls and all that in World War I, they join the Allies. They get absolutely mollywopped by Germany in 2 weeks. And then in World War II, Germany shows up again. They're like, hey, y'all have oil. We need oil. We can steamroll you, or you can join us. And then they're like, yeah, we'll make oil for you. Don't kill us. And then the Soviets showed up, and they're like, hey, you're making oil for the Nazis. Stop doing that. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll do that. So since they gave up without a fight, the Soviets, when they put them as part of the Warsaw Pact, as part of the Soviet Union, they gave them a very high degree of autonomy. So they kind of just had this hands-off thing. They're like, you're part of the Soviet Union, do what we say, and we won't have any problems. They're like, all right, cool. So the guy who's in charge of Romania, basically for most of its Soviet history, is a guy by the name of Nicolae Ceausescu. This dude was a piece of shit. Ruled with an iron fist.
Is this the dude you sent me a picture of?
Yeah. So here he is giving a speech. This speech will become very important.
Nerd.
It's a toque.
So by the time the 1970s, 1980s roll around, the Soviet Union is not doing so hot economically, has stagnated completely. Everybody's pissed off. Everything's crappy. And there's protests going on. There's revolutionary talk and everything. And Ceausescu basically just steamrolls everybody, shoots up protesters. His wife, Elena, is basically his second in command, and she personally orders some of the killings. So she is like in deep as much as he is.
Damn.
Yeah, and not good people. There is an uprising on December 21st, 1989, that really kicks off this whole thing. In a major city, I'm probably butchering the name of this, Timisoara is the name of the city, and
Sure.
that gets absolutely crushed immediately. Hundreds of people dead.
Damn.
The next day, Ceausescu goes up, gives a speech. They bus in all these workers from like the countryside and stuff to like make it look like he's really popular, and they give him banners to hold and everything. And there's this massive crowd of like 1 million people in Bucharest at this square where he's like speaking at. And then a gunshot goes off. Nobody knows from who or why or what, but the crowd panics. And they storm the building that he's in, and the Secret Service like barely holds him off and all this. Meanwhile, if you go back to that picture of our boy Nikolai, that's when he sees the crowd go crazy, and he has this oh shit moment.
Is anyone else getting Wet Bandits vibes from that dude? It's like the burglars from Home Alone.
The hat really does it.
The little beanie. Just needs to get burned by a propane torch, you know. But he basically thinks like, all right, just put down this uprising. I'm going to bed. Literally, like his advisors are telling him like, dude, we got to get the fuck out of here. This is bad. And he's like, nah, in the morning. So he goes to bed. In the morning, the military has turned. They've joined the protesters.
Oh yeah.
They round up him and his wife. They hold them for a couple days. On Christmas Day, 1989, they hold basically a show trial. They're pretty much ready to kill this dude. They have like a firing squad just like ready out back, just ready to go. And by one account, the trial comes back and finds them guilty, but says they're to be imprisoned for life, not to be killed. Another account says they were sentenced to death. I've heard both accounts. I don't know which one's true, but one account from the guy who was actually in charge of the firing squad sees Elena and Nikolai marched outside, and he turns to his guys and he says, "Boys, switch to automatic fire. We wouldn't want to miss now, would we?" And they just absolutely blast him. I've seen the action, and this was televised too, by the way.
Dude.
So you don't even see anything. Just a cloud of dust goes up. The dust settles, and there's just two dead dictators right there. Rivers of blood coming from them.
Remember when this podcast was funny?
And that was and all God this was podcast. This was like a flag for play by play, blow by blow on CNN every single fucking day. Like it was like watching it in real time.
Remember when TV was entertaining, man? Jesus, bring this back.
Back when CNN was based.
Dude, come on, bring it back.
Dude, it's like JFK when Jack Ruby ran up on him and blasted him live on TV. Like,
so show some of the pictures of like just the people. Like,
is this from like the day of like
this
when
is like
they were getting the guy?
From December 21st until Christmas.
This picture goes stupid hard.
That's an album cover right there.
Yeah, it probably already is.
Me and the boys after 5 Millers at the local bar.
Holy shit. That's pretty nuts.
Dude.
SVDs go hard, man.
No, that dude in the black is going to blow his eye socket out.
There's an action shot. God damn.
This picture.
Wearing the varsity jacket.
That dude's busting out with an AK and everybody's standing behind the building behind him.
So this is when
my man with
the revolutionaries So this is when the revolutionaries took over the Parliament building, and you got your army guard over there just smoking a cigarette, timepiece on his arm, pistol out. You got Moonhead's Romanian cousin over there on the far right, rocking the RPK.
AK dong out.
Yeah, dong out, Romanian dongs.
Dongs out.
Yeah, so if you know anything about AKs, if you ever see an AK with a dong on the front grip, just carved into the wood, that's a Romanian. You should buy that immediately. It's a piece of history.
This is going to be a very advertiser-friendly episode. Talking about
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, man, it's a piece of history. That might have put a hole through Ceausescu himself, man. You don't know.
Dude,
this is just
rigged.
like
This game's rigged.
you need to make the second YouTube channel and just start turning this into its own thing.
Bitch, I might.
All right. Well, that was that it. Was that the end of the segment, Slap?
Yes, that is pretty much the end of the 1989 Romanian Christmas coup.
Wow. Happy birthday.
And
to
Romania has been on the uptick ever since. Yeah,
Shout out to
joined
Romania.
NATO, joined
shout out to
the
Romania.
EU. Doing all right. Shouts out to any Romanian shrimps watching.
Yeah, we have some shrimp adjacent Romanians. All right, that was the first and possibly last episode of Slap's Crazy Ass Moments in History. Next, we made a segment to talk about what the hell is going on Twitter. And I guess this is now split into two parts. One, which is about people in NASCAR Twitter going stir crazy and fucking nuts.
We're gonna talk about
week.
that one guy finding likes.
I don't want to.
Don't give it attention.
It's not even like worth mentioning. I just want to just put it out there that racing's been gone for what, a month, and people are going crazy. So
People are getting antsy, man.
yeah, we all gotta find stuff to do. And then the second bit, which is just been evolving since we started this podcast, which is what the hell's actually happening with Twitter.
Yeah.
Everything went square today for some reason. All of the PP checkmark accounts have square profile pictures.
Brilliant.
PP check.
Which
Masterful
is
gambit.
interesting, I guess. And then Twitter put out a policy yesterday morning where they said, hey guys, you're not allowed to advertise yourself, advertise other social medias on Twitter. And everyone talked about how stupid it was, and then they like doubled down. And then later in the day they backed out of it, and then they got rid of that policy. And then
You see why they backed out of it?
yeah, because it was illegal. Because they were gonna.
It was a YouTuber by the name of the Quarter. You know, kind of a right-leaning guy. Like just like put a reply to Elon. Elon like, yeah, dude, you're right. We'll reverse that decision.
Oh, isn't that guy has some history? He did some fucked up shit.
Oh yeah, he harassed a bunch of women at a Magic the Gathering tournament and is banned for life from all Magic the Gathering tournaments.
Jesus Christ!
It smells.
Allegedly, one of the girls was underage.
It probably smells 3% better. Without
And then Elon Musk put up a poll and said, it was the funniest thing ever. He put up a poll and was like, hey, should I step down as Twitter CEO?
Everybody told him to pound sand.
That's
And
never
I
gonna
bet you
work
could
out
never
well
guess
for
what they
yourself.
voted for.
It was like 60-40, wasn't it? It wasn't even close.
Yeah, they said get the fuck out.
We'll be seeing you.
Someone, I wish I should have
There's
pulled
rumors
this
they
up.
want him ousted from Tesla too.
Yeah, because the Tesla stock has just been down in the hole.
I think I
'cause
saw
he's
something. The
idiot.
third highest ranking board member has made musings that they should remove him.
Well,
They,
didn't
they
he
should.
sell
for the-
Tesla stock in order to buy Twitter, and that
Yeah.
like really devalued it.
yeah.
Yep.
And now he's an idiot, so everyone's selling their stuff.
Oh, did you see
Um,
the picture of him with Jared Kushner at the World Cup talking to the Qataris about how to get money?
Oh,
No. I did see him tweet a video from his seat after a penalty kick was scored and said, what an incredible goal. That's all I saw.
I have a blocked, so
Yeah, I've been muted at least, but I still see this stuff.
I still get
Anyway.
you blocked this account. Would you like to view this tweet? Yeah, sure.
And I think it's all bread and circuses distracting you from what's really going on.
The most rusty statement I've ever heard in my life.
It's distracting us from the second mud flood.
Jesus
It's to distract us from Greenville Pickens.
Yeah.
He did
trying to
say
tear
that
track
he
down.
would start implementing like a social credit score based on how
Yeah,
many
dude.
check marks block you.
Oh no.
And I imagine he's probably near the top of the list and like the most blocked people on Twitter now.
It's a great can of worms to open.
Yeah. It's just like every week there's just more fuel to the fire of like, where are we gonna go now? Because this guy's nuts.
Well, it's very clear he is literally just spitballing ideas, hoping that something
Yeah, he
sticks.
has
at
no
some
idea
point.
what he's doing.
He's got no plan.
Bro, his jig is up, man. He made all he had to do was take all his SpaceX money and Tesla money and fuck off forever, and nobody would have realized he's actually a complete and total worthless CEO and doesn't know what he's
Yeah.
doing.
But that's boring. That's not as fun as buying Twitter and just trolling everyone.
He's just buying time until he ties in like a digital currency and your digital identity. That's
Can't
all
wait.
this really is.
Twitter Blue is going to be a
baby.
fucking crypto coin. I can't wait.
Let's get our
Did you see a certain former U.S. president made NFTs?
I did see that.
Unfortunately.
How many
They
was
used
bots?
stolen art. They used stolen art. They found a Shutterstock logo.
You're talking about Abraham Lincoln, right?
They found a Shutterstock logo.
Yeah, on the one that's like a pilot, like there's like a buckle that goes across the chest, and there you can still see like a little bit of the Shutterstock logo just like across the middle of it.
Oh my god.
And people actually found the original Shutterstock image, and they were just like, "Yeah, he just stole this word for word, bar for bar."
It's just so funny that it's like almost 2023 and now he's like, yeah, I'm gonna start NFTs.
I mean,
That's
as
so
a boomer,
goofy.
he's like 5 years behind the trend for everything. Are you really surprised?
Yeah, that's fair.
Excuse me.
I don't know. Did anything else happen on Twitter this week? Not really, right? I think we covered all the bases. All right.
Banning the journalists, and then saying he's all about free speech.
Oh, and the airplane tracker thing.
Yeah.
That's publicly available information.
I know. It's
pretend like
just
it's not.
him outing himself as a baby.
And then he said his son was attacked or whatever, but there's no police report about that.
His
You
son
guys
was-
keep
which
your
one?
assassination coordinates updated?
Well, apparently, he said that somebody tracked his plane and then attacked one of his kids or whatever, and that was why he banned that dude. And then people are like, "All right, did you file a police report? Because we didn't find anything in the area about that."
Yeah.
He might have just made that shit.
Yeah, it's pretty spineless the whole week for him.
How
Alright.
could anyone attack
Putting a fat L in Elon.
Elon?
Doesn't he have like 5 kids and just doesn't talk about any of them or like see any of them?
I thought he had like 3 legitimate kids and like 5 bastards.
I know he like banged one of
Jesus.
his high-ranking secretaries of some sort, and had kids with him or with her.
As you do.
Yeah, that seems like a
And
reasonable
said that
human
he was
being
worried
thing to
about
do.
the fertility of the nation in order to cover up a blatant affair.
Excuse me, the fertility of the nation.
Yeah, if you can dig through his trash tweets long enough, you'll find something about him saying like, "Oh, I've for low fertility rates is the death of a nation" or some shit like that. Which is, I guess, I mean that's true,
so
but
weird.
if you
That's
use
so weird. All right.
No,
the-
you don't understand. I had to bang my secretary. I was worried about the U.S. population.
Officer, you don't understand. I crashed my car here to show how unsafe this turn was.
Well, it's actually a good segment to the next segue to this. I'm fucking it tonight. God damn it. It's a good segue to the
outline.
next segment. It's beautiful. Gets me
Love
every
the boat.
time. Kind of hard to do Animal Planet now, I guess. It's
I sent you that one.
mid-December. You did send me a picture.
That's from last season, but it's not been on this
Well,
show.
you're here. Any former Animal Planet stories you've got,
Yeah, it's
I'm
always fine to go
interested
into
in
the
hearing.
archives.
I don't have many track Animal Planet stories.
listen, animals are animals. Walmart
but,
animals are.
Yeah, I was gonna say I work at
counts.
Walmart, so
Yeah, I've talked about
everyone's
UPS
got
animals.
I got almost fired this week. That was kind of an Animal Planet story from my manager being an animal. This is where I find out he's a secret Shrimp Hours fan and fires me on Monday.
Nah, no one watches this shit.
But no, a certain fragile egoed manager made a mess, got mad, nobody wanted to help him. It was a small mess, I should say. And
Like
then
the
when
manager himself made a mess. What did he do?
yeah. So he had a box on a skid. And he went around the corner, and the box fell off, and the box had a bunch of little broken down boxes in it. So, and I didn't go to help him. I don't like the guy, so I wasn't gonna help him. It's one box, clean up after yourself. And then I might have said to my manager as he was walking away, I don't fucking understand why I have to clean up somebody else's fucking mess. And he heard me drop the F-bomb and came back and made a whole deal out of it.
Jesus Christ.
It really helps. He's seriously one of the most unlikable human beings alive on this planet. So
it sounds that way. Based off of this.
In real trouble, so. At least not yet. So again, I'm gonna find out he's a secret Shrimp Hours fan and then just fire me.
Better not be.
He's one of our 200 listeners.
They'll find him and tag him on Twitter.
Yeah,
we got some kids we can sick on him.
Will ruin your life, bud.
Canceled.
Scroll through your likes from 3 months ago. Oh.
Can't be doing that. Do I bring up this photo that you sent me? Where's this from?
That is from Bridgeport Speedway.
Wow.
That is a woman in a Lewis.
Big Lewis fan. Hell
Big
yeah.
Lewis fan, yeah. She also kind of looks like Angela Cullen, but like if Angela Cullen ate Angela Cullen, so.
Damn. Jesus Christ. I can't even laugh at that. Wait, so is this is a dinky little dirt track, and she's got a Lewis Hamilton thing
Hold on
on?
a second. Bridgeport is not a dinky dirt track.
All right, sorry. It's a nice dirt track.
It used to be a 5/8 mile that they decided was too big for dirt racing, and made it a half mile. It's also got an interior quarter-mile track that uses the front stretch. It's a fairly large venue in Jersey. It's it's one of the only two that I know of in New Jersey that are still running. The other one being New Egypt.
Yeah.
So it's a cool track. Big fan. The track is huge though. So like when they used to run 5/8 miles in the sprint cars, it would take them a good while to get around.
Gotta say, you don't usually see binoculars out at the dirt track.
Yep. Yeah. The backstretch, I'm telling you, is like, you know how where we were sitting in Daytona and the backstretch seemed so far away.
Yeah.
It feels kind of like that in Bridgeport.
Damn. I was in New Jersey the other month. I was thinking of you.
Yeah, man. Well, you were probably in North Jersey, I would assume, right?
I just around, literally just around on my way to New York City.
Yeah.
I guess I was technically there a week and a half ago because I flew into
Newark.
Jersey.
Did you go through Newark?
Yeah.
Yeah, home of the Devils and no longer the Nets.
When you said Bridgeport, at
And
first
all of the football.
I thought I meant Port Royal, but that's another big track. How close are you to Port Royal? Because damn, between those two and Williams Grove, that's like a bunch of big tracks.
I'm in a great spot. I'm in a great spot. Williams Grove is about 20 minutes down the road.
Damn.
Hagerstown is only about 45 minutes to an hour. I have Lincoln, which is only about a half hour away. Port Royal, I think, is about an hour, up to an hour. Celians Grove is only about an hour and a half. I think Lernerville's not like I'm within like a couple hours of some big tracks.
I mean, there's a reason why Pennsylvania is a sprint car. Like,
yeah, the sprint car capital of the world. That's why when the Outlaws come, they call the PA Posse those who aren't affiliated with the Outlaws that run the local tracks. Mm-hmm. And they usually, like, I'm telling you, man, I took my dad with my sister and I took my dad to an Outlaw show at the Grove. And Lance DeWeese, who if anybody's listening might not know, he's more of a small town guy, but Lance DeWeese, a longtime sprint car driver, drives a legendary car that's been running at Williams Grove for like decades now.
How do you spell Lance DeWeese?
LanceDewease, I think. It's DE capital W. He drives 69K.
He does drive the 6.9. What a legend.
Yeah, he's like in his 50s now, I think. Yeah, there it is. That sexy fucking thing that ran down Donnie Schatz, who had been leading the race for a while, and the minute he passed Donnie Schatz, the whole place started shaking with excitement. It was awesome.
Hell yeah!
You'd have thought it was a touchdown at the Super Bowl by how loud that place got. Also, fuck Donnie Schatz. So like,
damn, what do you do? I don't know the T. I don't know the drama.
I got nothing really against Donnie Schatz other than the fact that he wins a lot.
He's just in that like dominating category where just like, all right, can we have someone else win, please?
He's so good, he knows it, and he walks with that swagger, and I fucking hate it. Respect, though. I mean, like, you gotta respect when somebody's got titles, but like, get out of here.
Hang it up, old man.
The Grove's pretty weird. I didn't get an iRacing, but I've been playing it in the World of Outlaws video game, and I hate it. It's
Big Bank 1 and 2.
tight, and the turns are just like so sharp, and there's just
Turn
no
1 and 2 is
space.
big and banked, and 3 and 4 are flat and sharp. So you really can't set your car up for one or the other.
I feel like it's like Darlington. It's like, wow, I love watching the races there, and I absolutely hate driving it in video games.
I believe it was intentionally designed that way as a challenge for drivers, but I wouldn't quote me on that. That's a slap on location fun fact that he'd have to research.
I'll look into it.
Speaking of slap on location.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I didn't actually set this up beforehand, but I gotta bring this up, Slap.
Is this the tweet?
It is absolutely the tweet.
It's already 300 likes.
You posted a
Fail.
picture of you in a tent with a can of beans.
Hey, look on the table. I got my manifesto I'm writing.
Dude. Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ. There's a notebook and pen.
I was just about to say you're my hero until you said
The
that.
the fingerless, knuckleless gloves.
Nobody has ever
Camo
worn
jacket, the
fingerless
beanie,
gloves
the Joe Pesci
and done
beanie.
anything good.
That's incredible.
Manifesto on the-
Life has not been great for the wet bandits ever since their prison release.
So, can you tease what the hell this is? Like, what is this a Slap Christmas
Slap
special?
drops to
or-
watch primetime news in 5 days.
So there's
All right,
no
so-
teaser, apparently.
So it's basically about, like, look, Myrtle Beach got taken out because it was in the middle of a booming real estate market, right? It used to be far away from the strip, right there on the beach. Then Myrtle Beach expanded, came in, swallowed that area up. They had to sell. Greenville Pickens is like equal distance between downtown Easley and downtown Greenville. Both those cities expanded and swallowed it up.
We looked on the map. There was tons of space.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the way they fucking saw it. If you look at Hickory, you drive 2 minutes off the property of Hickory. There's all of a sudden big box stores, you know, Best Buy, Walmart, Longhorn Steakhouse, Five Below, the whole fucking nine, right?
The peak of American upper class.
I give Hickory 10 years before it's gone too.
Damn.
Damn.
And yeah, so Texas used to be out in the middle. Texas Motor Speedway used to be in the middle of fucking nowhere, way outside of Fort Worth. Now you go there, it's nothing but industrial parks, never-ending suburbs. All this shit's built up around it.
Mhm.
Nashville Fairgrounds is now stuck in development hell. The people there don't want SMI to build upon it. We don't know when the fuck that project's going to get off the ground, if they're ever going to get approval. They say, "Oh, go to the Super Speedway out in Lebanon. It'll be fine." No, they're building fucking Amazon warehouses out there. I was at the race in 2021. There was a conga line of like 50 Amazon vans from that warehouse that could not leave the warehouse to make deliveries because of the race day traffic. When Amazon steps up and says, "Hey, there's one day a year where we can't make deliveries because of this fucking race," and they go up to the Lebanon County Council and they say, "Hey, fucking shut this racetrack down or else we leave," who do you think Lebanon City Council is going to listen to? Are they going to listen to SMI or are they going to listen to Amazon?
Slap. Racetrack. Memories made at the racetrack are temporary. Amazon packages are forever.
I know. I fucking know.
Yeah, do you know how much it hurts Amazon's $1 billion bottom line to miss one day of deliveries in the middle of
These motherfuckers are ruthless. They don't care about that. They're going to take everything from us. They're fucking tearing down California to shrink it down, not to improve the racing. The racing there has actually been really good, just so they can sell off the land because it's a booming real estate market. They fucking shut down Chicagoland out in Joliet. We used to be out in the middle of nowhere. Now it's a booming real estate market.
Yeah.
They fucking shut down Kentucky. Used to be out in the middle of nowhere. Now it's built up. It's a booming real estate market. Do you see what's happening? They're coming for us. They're coming for us. They're going to take out everything. It's all over. You're going to kill all of us. They're going to kill all the short tracks. It's all gone. It's all gone. NASCAR's not going to be here. It's just going to be Amazon and fucking Walmart and Five Below, and we're all going to live in the pod. We're all going to eat the bugs. And we're all going to like it.
And use tongue.
That's why if your local short track is about to shut down,
for us, man. It's all over.
you get in a tent and you camp in front of the front gates. That way you say, "Hey, if you're gonna bulldoze this place, you're gonna have to kill me." Just like my camera died.
I'm ordering a 10 fingerless gloves right now.
Shrimp Hours presents. They're coming for us. Now, you actually brought up a really good point about Texas Motor Speedway. I mean, you brought up a good point on all the tracks, but I just
Turn on that one. Stop tearing down the ones people like.
Well, I'm just providing an example here because I brought this up while you were ranting. This is a 2008 Street View, 2008 quality of Texas Motor Speedway in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Oh, there's a Buc-ee's there now.
Yeah, so if you go all the way up to 2022, god damn it, there's a Buc-ee's there, and there's just
a bunch of new traffic.
Yeah, it's all backed the fuck up, and it is now just. This is already completed construction. They're building warehouses here on the Google,
that's right. They got that little dirt track at Texas.
Google Maps satellite. Yeah, what the hell is this thing called?
I think it's just called the dirt track at Texas, kind of like the dirt track at Charlotte. It's just an SMI-owned, co-associated dirt track.
Anyway, it's now surrounded by developments and stuff. And Buc-ee's. Shout out to Buc-ee's.
We don't care about Texas though. Like they can tear that one down.
No, you're right. You're right. But the same thing is happening with tracks that we actually do like.
We'll give you Texas. You give us Greenville Pickens back.
We're gonna need a little bit more in that trade.
I'll take it.
Not if Slap's in the tent, we won't.
That's
Guess who just won Monday Night Football game?
Hey DT, I just sent you a picture of Texas when it was being built. It literally was in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Ooh, okay, let me find
It's
this.
on Twitter.
Okay, I'm gonna have to open this up without doxing my Twitter messages.
And you're gonna have to scroll past the lean beef patty pics.
Jesus Christ!
And all the
if you know, you know.
Damn.
Yeah, there was nothing out there.
Damn. So
that's crazy.
And people keep having kids, and people keep.
Where even?
Society keeps expanding.
So the Buc-ee's is like over there.
Buc-ee's is like turn 2.
Oh, wait, what? Oh yeah, never mind. I'm wrong. There's a bunch of other shit over there though.
But that whole highway development behind it really, it's off picture, not up there, but below.
Yeah,
it really.
Yeah, if you can like go and like look through like the archived street views of say Grapevine, Fort Worth, Dallas back in 2012 and look at it now, well, it's like a completely different country.
Yeah.
All this like farmland and prairie just fucking gone.
Damn.
So yeah, local short track racing is dead. It's all gone.
If you could just back up and replay the slap rant at the end of that too, so really reinforce it. We get that as a ringtone. They're coming for us, man. Fuck, where's the left one?
Booing real estate.
Booming real estate market.
Yeah.
That is the scariest set of words any race fan could ever hear in their entire fucking life.
Booming
Freedom Factory is going through the same thing.
Yeah, Freedom Factory.
Cletus
McFarland's track, yeah. They're trying to build 4,000 new homes like in that area, and he doesn't want to sell. Props to him.
Spent all that money buying the place and fixing it up over the last few years, and then they're just going to come and just build a bunch of new houses like right along the backstretch. People move in, they don't know the racetracks there. Oh, that's too noisy. We don't like it. Complain. Shut it down.
Listen, there's some blame here to be given on people buying houses in racetrack markets. If your realtor doesn't tell you that you're near a racetrack, you have a shitty realtor. If you don't know there's a racetrack nearby, you didn't do your research. If you buy a house near the racetrack, you're gonna deal with the noise, and you shouldn't get a chance to be like, I don't like how it sounds.
If you're within a certain proximity, like of the track, they should like have a legally binding, like in the housing contract somewhere.
Sign a waiver, be like, I won't be a dick.
Like you're not allowed to go complain to the fucking like your little city council and try to get the track shut down. Like this is part of the history. This is part of the economy of this town. Like this draws tourism. This draws people from out of state. Out of country sometimes.
Yeah.
Revenue.
When I lived in downtown Greenville, I lived right next to Greenville Memorial Stadium, where the Greenville High School Red Raiders play. And right? I mean, I'm on my parking lot was like right up against the fucking stadium, and like 6 Friday nights a year, every Friday night it was just like, and it's a touchdown by the Red Raiders, and I just could not go to sleep until fucking 11:30 at night, and when they finally fucking shut everything down, and they fucking blew out the goddamn speakers there. They fucking were doing it up. Darude Sandstorm was blasting. And eventually I just got used to it.
That would drive me nuts.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's just 6 home games a year.
I mean, it also drives me nuts that they're the Red Raiders in Greenville, but that's
Yeah.
Good point.
Good point.
What's worse is it's not like the Texas Tech like Red Raiders logo. It's basically the Oakland Raiders logo just painted red.
gotta love it when high schools and colleges do that.
Yeah.
All right. That, I guess, was Animal Planet. Shout out to all the realtors out there. All right.
Go to hell.
Shout out to those of you who bought houses near racetracks. You're the real animals.
Yeah.
And don't complain.
Next up is the media check-in, where we talk about what games we've been playing, what movies or TV shows we've been watching this week. And I want to start off, because I had something happen literally today. Literally today, I was on my computer and I was just thinking about, there was this goofy old racing game that I played on my dad's Mac in like the year 2000, like 2001. Like I was like tiny, like one of the first games I ever played. And I don't know if anyone else has this, but I love going back and playing like childhood games.
Yes.
But my dad had a Mac, and a lot of the old games that I played just like they don't work anymore. You can't just like pick it up and play it. There was an airplane game that I had that I have to play on like my shitty old laptop because it's old enough that it can run the older games. And I guess NR 2003 is cool because it was on multiple platforms, but I did play it on a Mac back in the day. But I was thinking of this goofy little game called Crow Mag Rally. It's like a Mario Kart-ish game, but it's all set in like ancient Egypt and shit. Like you start off in like the Stone Age, and then you have to play through the Bronze Age and the Iron Age. You go through like
The Age of Empires?
you get up, yeah, but Mario Kart. With goofy little caveman dudes running around in carts. And it was so stupid, and I was just like looking up the soundtrack on YouTube, having a good time. And it turns out that literally 6 months ago, in June of this year, some dude contacted the original developers, got the source code for the game, and published it for free for modern Windows and Mac computers.
Hell yeah.
And like remastered like the made like widescreen and did new fonts and stuff, and added like you can like mess with the physics and stuff. I was having a great time. It's just perfect timing. I thought of this weird game that no one's ever heard of, and some dude is just giving it away on GitHub, and he'd remastered the whole thing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's
Shout out to that guy.
That's
I love
awesome.
that stuff.
And I love playing like remasters or like emulating PS2 games when I can make it look all clean, because then I play it and it's like the way that I remember it looking as a kid. Because if I go back and play it on like an actual tube TV on a PS2, I'm like, this is gonna look like ass. It's gonna look so bad.
I still replay Ocarina of Time semi-regularly. Like every couple of years, I'll pick it up and play it again because that was like my first big like holy shit, gaming's more than what I thought it was game.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'll play
awesome.
Super Mario RPG at least once a year.
Oh,
my
what?
roommate does that.
Yeah, that was like my first like game where I was just like, you know, at the time, and when that game came out, like '96, I think my dad picked it up in a bargain bin for like $5, not even $5 for
Are you
like.
talking about Super Mario 64, or is it something different?
No, Super Mario RPG.
It's for the Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is like one of the last games they ever made for the Super Nintendo. He picked it up in a bargain bin for like a couple of dollars or whatever, and me and my sister played it in 1998. And we're like this. We didn't have access to GameFAQs. We didn't even know that was a thing. You know, we didn't have the strategy guide.
Shout out.
We didn't have the strategy guide, obviously. And so it took us 2 years to beat that game.
Oh my god.
Did you get lost in the woods? You couldn't get through.
We got lost in the woods once. There was a couple of hang-ups where we just didn't know how to advance it because you have to talk to the same guy like 3 times in order to get him to like do the prompt to advance the goddamn game. There's a couple boss fights that we just thought were impossible. And I just eventually, just slowly but surely, we beat the game just by trial and error, just coming back to it every couple months or couple weeks or whatever. But that's like one of my
Mario.
first games that I played. I was like, holy shit, this has got deep lore and shit.
Dude, everything about that game is magical because they partner with Square Enix, or I forget what the company was called at the time, but it was this magical partnership, and I think due to licensing, they haven't brought back some of the characters, maybe some of the music, but like that's like a very unique Mario release in Nintendo's history that I feel like is a cult classic, but I feel like there's some potential to revisit that.
There's a hidden boss that I actually found in that game without that strategy guide. That's actually a Final Fantasy boss. And you can just
cool.
Yeah, Culex from like one of the Final Fantasies or whatever, and like the Final Fantasy boss music actually starts playing.
That's sick.
And and so you could just like fight a Final Fantasy boss.
DT,
That's
your story of like rediscovering like a childhood game you like played on like a family member's computer. That reminded me of a game I used to play. I've only ever played it when I went to my uncle's house, maybe when I was like 8 years old or so, like back on like a Windows 95 or 98 computer. Does anyone remember? It was like a little flash game where you're basically doing downhill skiing.
Oh,
You're
is it
trying, you're trying to avoid like
Ski free.
Yes,
Ski
you're
free.
trying to avoid like rocks and like trees and stuff. And once you get to a certain point, a fucking Yeti, abominable snowman, starts chasing you. And if you like get slowed down and caught, he just fucking runs up and eats you and just goes, ah.
Yeah, ski free. That's available somewhere on the internet. Like,
Dude, I used to play the fuck out of that game on Windows 95 back in the day.
yeah, there were 3 courses. You had a freestyle course, you had a slalom course, and then you had like I think like a half pipe. No, wasn't a half pipe, like ramps or something. You could go down, and then when you get to a certain point, you just get mauled.
Dude, I'm glad other people remember that. I just remember playing that just whenever we'd go over to my uncle's house for family gatherings. Like, hey, can I play on the computer? And I'd be doing that, and then the thing would start chasing me, and I'm like, ah, fucking just terrified.
I wish I had like photos or videos of like my earliest gaming memories. It was so cool. Slap Story did remind me of how like pre like me being on the internet, like very small child, I'd get stuck in like Ratchet and Clank 1 and I'd have to ask my dad like, hey, can you look up how to get through this planet? And he goes on his computer and he goes online and tries to find guides and like explain to me what to do. Good times. Other things in video games. I played a shit ton of Call of Duty this weekend. They had multiplayer for free, and I still don't want to buy the video game every year for 90 Canadian dollars or whatever they're asking for now.
I saw that clip you posted where you just beat like 5 people to death with a shield.
That clip did not do well on Twitter. I think I cropped it badly, but I had a good fucking time.
I used to do that back in the day. I think it was Call of Duty 2 where I got like a diamond plated riot shield.
Dude, there is some like just asshole meta still where dudes will go like akimbo pistols and a shield on their back and just run around and just bop you in one shot, and then you can't shoot them in the back unless you're aiming for their feet.
Do you guys remember the care package glitch from the original Modern Warfare 2?
Yes. The javelin involved.
That was a different glitch, but the care package glitch, if you had like a care package grenade out, you could just run like super fast, but you could still melee. So the thing was, you just had a UAV jammer, so nobody could track you. You had cold blooded, and so you just like run around just knifing people. Bop, bop.
That's right up Rusty's book. I remember,
and then when the game began, you would call in all your care packages, see if you got like anything good, get an AC-130, and just like rain hell down on everybody.
Dude.
They used to stack up because you could get like 3 or 4 of them like stacked up and just like drop them all, see what you got.
One of my favorite additions in the new game. I don't know if this was in previous games because I didn't play a whole lot of Call of Duty like ever. But one of the like equipment things you can get is a little inflatable dude. You just toss a thing out and it has a little like blow up dude like crouched over with a gun as like a decoy. So I'll just like every time I get on the point, I hide somewhere and I toss my little dude in the middle. And no one else plays it, I guess because it's so stupid.
I just love Halo Reach. That
baiting people with a goofy decoy and then popping them. It's so satisfying. I love stupid shit like that.
Procrastination hours in Halo Reach in college.
Yeah, Halo Reach. That was the last good one.
I think the best Halo that's ever been made, in my opinion. It's not my favorite one, but I think it's the best one.
Armor lock.
Dude, that game was fun though.
It was.
It was fun, dude. Firefight, you got to bring that back, dude.
Oh yeah.
Bring back good Halo games.
Yeah.
What have y'all been
We can
playing
start with that.
this week? What are we up to?
Fall Guys.
I've been playing a lot of like digital board games. I
Oh,
picked
hell
those
yeah.
up. I've been doing that a lot over the past couple of months, and I just actually was playing a game called Gloomhaven before I came in here, which is considered the greatest board game of all time, and it has a digital form. It's difficult like Dark Souls. But
Would you call it the Dark Souls of board games?
No, I wouldn't, because it's not like you don't throw your head against the wall every time. You know, there's some like quests and stuff that are hard, but it's ultimately an adventure game, and there's a dungeon crawler. The mechanics are really intuitive. It's one of the most fun things I've ever played.
Ooh.
So it's been a good time. I also dump a lot of hours into a game called Scythe, which is like Catan on steroids. So that's a good one too.
I just realized you probably have a stupid number of hours in Tabletop Simulator.
I think I'm over 200 now.
200? Oh, that's not that bad.
That's like a quarter of what Rusty has in Fall Guys.
Yeah, I'm creeping up on 1,000 in Fall Guys.
Jeez, I said that jokingly.
Jesus
that was actually accurate.
Christ.
I have 231.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
I put a lot of hours in it because I design all my my demos and stuff in Tabletop Simulator. So
hold on, I'm checking Rusty's Fall Guys hours.
You could do that with other people. I didn't know that.
It's going. It's got to be close.
Don't look. Don't look.
Why don't I see you? Did you change your Steam picture?
No, I don't.
No, I'm just invisible.
What?
He blocks you.
Right. Maybe Rusty blocked me.
Well.
Oh, view profile. Here we go.
Don't.
Oh, you hid it. You hid all your stuff.
Oh,
Rusty.
that's for work-related reasons. But prior to
Oh,
releases
right,
coming
so
out, I don't want them to see. what I'm
Rusty,
playing.
load it up and show us exactly
You don't want them
how
to
many
see you
hours
playing Fall Guys on the clock. I understand.
show the people exactly how many hours you got. We want to hear.
No, I don't think it's
gotta
happening.
tell us. You
You
gotta
already
tell us.
said you're creeping up on 1,000. We already know
You
the
gotta tell
ballpark.
us. Just
There's
drop.
no way.
You gotta tell.
It's 745.
He knows it down to the.
Rusty, let's hop on Fall Guys Fridays this Friday. And
Dude.
let's shoot for 1,000.
Fall Guys is not good anymore. I've stopped
Yeah, we'll
playing.
get 250 hours.
Dude,
You're not good. You're washed, DT.
We'll compress time.
745 hours is pretty much exactly 31 days. That's a full month of Fall Guys that you've played in your life, dude.
I think we've done this math before. I think it was
Jesus.
745 like months ago. Because
We've done this on 2 different podcasts.
Well, here we are. Doing it
Some
again.
things never change.
What else we playing and or watching?
I didn't play like video games per se, but I went and like consumed real life games in the stands in Detroit this weekend.
Oh yeah,
Imagine going
and
outside.
they lost both. Didn't they?
They did. I am 0-2. I'm 0-2 as a fan inside of LCA for the first time.
In true Detroit fashion, you watch both your teams lose.
Hey,
The Lions are going to the Super Bowl.
Back to back.
that is true. And also to even it out, I'm 2-0 in Comerica Park where the Tigers play across, just across the highway a little bit. So it evens
Sitting at
out.
500.
Yeah.
Just like
We're
the
doing
Lions.
good. We're cruising. 7-7, Super Bowl champs. We're going to the Super Bowl off of 1 win. Don't you forget it. And G Man Cash, the guy who came up with that famous line, was actually at the Pistons game.
I saw
and
that.
I was sitting a little bit behind him because I was
You were
behind the
pretty
Pistons
close
bench.
to him. That picture wasn't like that far away.
Yeah, we were both sitting behind the Pistons bench just a little bit. He was a lot closer than I was. Don't let me kid you.
Yeah.
No,
Hell
you
yeah.
weren't sitting courtside. Shit.
He
Alright.
he had the court side. He had it hooked up.
All right, that's the media check-in. It's time for the last and
Time for
possibly
Fuck
best
Ottawa.
segment.
Ban
Damn.
world.
I second that.
Just call it Ban World, Cody.
Wash your fucking hands, slap. Send in
Fan World?
your fucking mail. Send them in, guys.
I'm sending
Wash
the
your fucking
Senators
hands,
the fan
slap.
world.
I don't give a fuck, man. You better send them.
And the
those emails at
Sacramento
this
Kings,
point.
too. Who the
Welcome
fuck?
to fan mail. Fan mail.
The bonus is a flopper. He went from LeBron.
Fan mail.
All right, welcome to Fan Mail, the segment where I'm supposed to read emails beforehand and I didn't. We got 4 of them this week, though. Hopefully most of them
Yeah.
are good. If
Any
you want to send us an
Transformers
email,
questions?
Send us a question. Send us your comments. Send us your stories if they're good and not long. ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com. We'll read them on the show.
Send them in, guys.
Unless they're stupid.
Yeah, the first one's actually pretty timely. It comes in from Mr. Ass. Once again, he says, hearing about Greenville Pickens getting replaced with a strip mall really makes me worried about the future of tracks like Ace Speedway and Caraway. The only local racing I can have is Bowman Gray Stadium. I'll go fucking insane.
You better go unbolt your seat of those tracks right now so you can have those memories forever.
Hey, shout out to Ace Speedway. That's where Blake commentates, right?
I think
Yeah.
so. Shut up, Blake.
But not for long.
They're coming for us.
They're coming for
you. Amazon, Five Below, Longhorn Steakhouse, Best Buy, Walmart. They're all
Target.
coming for you. They're all out to get us, man. It's a conspiracy, dude. They don't want us here.
Gotta
Shut
camp
up,
out in front of the
Five
gates.
My like third job ever was at Five Below.
What is that? We don't have that here.
A store that sells things for, you want to guess how much? $5 and below.
It's like a slightly nicer dollar store.
Oh,
It's like,
okay.
dude, I bought a phone mount from there. It's got like a little hinge, like to fucking like tilt the thing on your windshield. The screw holding the hinge, it was just missing. It just was not there. So the piece, it was just in two pieces that just would not connect. It's like, oh,
See,
$5. I got my money's worth.
I don't know what you're
$5
talking about low quality. You can go get a mechanical gaming keyboard for $5 and I'm sure it does not fall apart after any intense use.
I must have just bought one where it got passed through the quality technical control and just fucking
Quality control.
Yeah, quality control. They just
Five
have someone
Below
glance at
here
it. All right,
sounds
looks
like
alright.
Quality control of Five Below. Is it in the box? Fucking send it.
Yeah, dude.
it sounds like actually like in Canada. I feel like it could be like a nice like jacket store for when it's Five Below. Buy yourself a big nice jacket.
You probably don't want to buy a jacket from there.
Probably not. I'll go one
Fall
day.
apart.
It'll
Don't
disintegrate
get
the
so
moment
wet.
you walk outside.
You get a windbreaker that breaks apart in the wind.
It's made of tissue paper.
Next email comes in from Keegan, and he asked me about the core. Shout out to the core, by the way. Actually had a decent race this week. Did you see iRacing scheduled an update for 8 a.m. on Wednesday on core day? Slightly
Haven't they
concerned.
learned?
Cisco.
They're
So we'll
coming
see how
for
that
us. They don't
goes.
want you here. They're gonna kill you.
They're coming for us.
iRacing, R Factor, they're all coming.
Keegan, follow me on Twitch because you asked about clown reels, and I do those. I just do it on Twitch now after the race. Twitch.tv/DriveThrough I can plug myself on my own podcast. He also says, P.S. Rusty SKOL Vikings. I don't know what that means.
Oh,
Gross.
skull. Yeah.
It's their chant.
It's
and
the cringiest, like,
What is
I
it?
don't even know what you call it.
Skull?
I'm not gonna do it. Like,
It's-
but
You just like you say skull and you clap your hands over your head. That's
Oh, it's the like actual Viking thing.
It's their chant
Yeah.
slash like catchphrase they stole and got permission to use from an Icelandic soccer team. Like
Yeah,
60
I was
years
about
ago.
to
It's not-
say.
it's not even original.
Yeah. That
I gotta
like
say they have a really cool like replica like horn thing that they fire off before the game, which is badass. But the whole clapping thing that they brought with the stadium, that's gotta go. That's
Remember
really
when
good.
Case Keenum did it during the Minneapolis?
Yeah, that's what
Miracle?
kind of ruins it.
The
is that
funniest
it
thing for me,
was
dude,
Case
I have a buddy that during that entire like magical Vikings season, that 2017 year, he kept trolling Case Keenum, and I cannot unsee it. He said he does not have a neck at all; like his head just goes straight into his shoulder pads like this. And so when he was doing this, like doing the skull thing, it just looked so fucking funny. to me.
I gotta say, Trace, I
Shut up.
do enjoy seeing blurry cats zooming around the room.
yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
All right.
I gotta say thank you for the shout out. I'm just kind of a bandwagon Vikings fan. I show up at the when the playoffs start and they lose the first game, and then I'm like, all right, like,
Hey, Vikings versus Lions NFC Championship game this year. Let's go.
Let's get it on.
Yeah.
Next email comes in from Benjamin Branscombe. He says, "Hey gang, happy Chrysler or whatever holiday you celebrate. I wanted to share two things. I recently explained the idea of drip or drown to my sister, who doesn't care about motorsports, but she loves the idea and rating system when we use it to rate people's outfits. That's kind of where drip started, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's come full
But I guess
circle.
we, drip or drown is a Shrimp
What
Hours
is
original.
what is sauce but drip persisting?
Fair play.
Deep. That was very deep.
That is
I
philosophical.
feel like
shit
that's a
right there.
T-shirt.
Put it
What
on
is
a t-shirt.
sauce but drip persisting?
I can make the shirts that go hard Twitter account.
Secondly,
Lost in the sauce.
Rusty's story about the old guys in the gym hot tub last week. I have a coworker who does this shit as well. He's like a 55-year-old man. He'll go to the YMCA, sit in the hot tub, and hit on women. So I feel your pain to some degree.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Dude,
Otherwise, that's a
I've been going
crime.
for 2 weeks. I said this last week. I haven't seen a single female in this nasty hot tub. It's just big old dudes. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't
big
want to
dude.
sit in it either.
I'm jealous y'all's wives got a hot tub. We have a sauna room that fits like 1.5 people.
same thing. Yep.
Imagine how much dead skin is just floating around in that hot tub from the
Dude, I was gonna take a pic-
psoriasis.
For next week, I'm gonna take a picture because when the water is still, it is like a golden. Like I don't want to spoil it. It's disgusting.
Oh, no, I don't think we need this.
It's murky and thick, and I will get a picture because
Dingleberries
Well,
floating around
Is there
in there.
Red Bull
No.
involved as well?
that this will be on Animal Planet next week, hopefully. Because I'll get a picture as long as the water's still. I'll get a photo.
Animal
Rusty's,
soup.
Down.
Animal stew, 3-meat stew.
It's so gross. Like I just like.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, Rusty, I was dying when I was listening to that last week. Like, I think like there's not a single person out there who can't relate to that. Like, I think
Dude.
once you hit probably about 55, something flips in your brain. Like, I got to be naked at the Y.
That's so fucking true.
Like,
Dude, I don't know what it is. Maybe
Dongs out.
maybe like 30 years from now, all the shrimps will just be like, you know what? We need to be shrimps out at the Y. Let's go.
probably what's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna find this clip and be like, "Do you guys remember when you didn't have your dongs out at the Y?" And we're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, we were
We'll be
hating at the
55 and
time.
we'll be talking about how
Hey,
based
we
it is.
we started this show with Romanian dongs out. We're gonna end this show with dongs out.
Jesus Christ, 2 weeks in a row of dongs.
I mean, you
If any
can't
one
see
of us
the
are
place
alive.
down. I could be dongs out right now. Nobody would know.
If any one of us are alive by the time we turn 55, I'll consider that a win.
That's the meta, by the way. We never wear pants on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dogs out right now. Prove it.
Have you ever seen our
I'm not.
pants?
The meme lives on. I guess when you got up to get your pizza, Cody, or your burger or whatever.
Ed,
that was a
Ed, your
hologram.
guy, Ed, your
Those
guy
holographic
next year,
pants.
your guy next
You
episode.
good, bro?
He needs, no, I'm not. I'm not good. I'm not good.
Hey,
Come
yo,
before.
you selling
Next
toast?
episode needs to have no pants on.
All right,
Just
And
bare
use
legs
the
and just a shirt
YMCA logo
emoji.
as the censor.
bet.
We can
Say
wear
no
it.
more. Say no more. Done.
And then Benjamin also
Shirt
asks,
emoji.
what's the best racing or motorsports related Christmas gift? To which I will answer by saying, we're doing our own Christmas gift exchange for the first time ever. And it's going somewhat well. And by that, I mean, you know, about
Exactly.
75% of the gifts are
We're
there.
still a week out. We still got a week before.
Oh,
April.
dude,
We
oh
do still
my
have a week.
god!
I know at least one person who's gonna get theirs about next Christmas, probably. If I had to guess.
I set it up in literally November 2nd. And then I guess I should have checked in more often because last week I was like, hey guys, how many people have their gifts? And we were at about 50%.
I'm sitting at my table right now.
That's a success.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
hopefully,
got mine. Whoever sent it.
hopefully for the first podcast of 2023, we can open our presumably motorsports related gifts. I don't know. Probably record it and do it as a podcast segment or something.
Do a pre-recorded segment. Yeah, it'll work.
Edit
Yeah, I don't
out
want to
any
do it
not safe for
live.
work
Well, I guess we don't
parts.
do this live.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't do it live because what if somebody pulls out a fucking 12-foot dong?
Well, yeah, we never do this live. But there's also people that aren't on the podcast that are part of it. It's just a whole shrimp thing. Anyway,
Yeah. Remember what Bill O'Reilly?
1.5, first of all. It's not.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Fucking
you,
thing
you will
sucks.
see, Benjamin, what the best racing or motorsports related Christmas gifts are because I think I bought a banger for my dude. All right.
Have a friend or
last-
a loved one that you like. Buy some tickets to an upcoming race and go make some memories at the track with them.
Yeah.
That's a good gift.
Yeah.
Season
Take 'em to a
tickets are
short
always a good
track
way, like,
while
with
they exist.
Exactly. Short track.
Take them
Support your local
somewhere
short
cool.
track.
short track season tickets. They can use that money.
Short order.
How much would short track season tickets be?
They're like a couple $100, I think.
3
$100
cents.
Yeah. Probably like $300 for like a
300
20
bucks
yard
for a
They're
whole
not that
season?
expensive at all. It's more expensive to go to every race that year and buy tickets than it would be to buy season one.
Oh yeah.
Go to one that has shrimp on a stick available, preferably.
Yeah.
Volusia.
Yeah.
Shout
Dude,
out.
I love Volusia.
I'll go to Volusia.
Hey, I'm just saying we had shrimp on a stick at Volusia, and then we didn't have a single race get rained out.
I wish it wasn't cold as fuck though. It was.
It was
so
cold as balls.
It was.
Wow. Wow.
It was as cold at Volusia as it was at Martinsville, which was the worst.
Yeah,
And I still wash my hands. Let it be known.
Slap.
Oh,
I did
Make
not.
me sick.
Slap, did you did not wash your hands at Volusia?
I never washed my hands.
Oh my god.
You hand fed us Vienna sausages that week.
That's
and
my favorite part.
unwashed
Is like
hands.
looking back at all the Vienna sausage cans we've shared together, and it's like
Not just share, he
Slapped
pulls
in.
them out with his
Yeah,
bare
that's-
hand.
that's what I mean. He stuck
You
his
gotta
fingers
dunk
in
the
there.
fingers in the liquid.
I didn't have a fucking fork. How else was I supposed to get the sausages out?
Jesus Christ. All right. Last email comes in from our good pal down under. It's Andrew R. He says,
Legend.
"Morning all y'all. As we're now deep into the most horrible time of the year known as the off season, most folks are thinking about Christmas and holidays.
I was gonna say something else.
Yeah, dude, I thought that was gonna get morbid real fast.
Your
I don't know where you're going
I
with
was like
that.
starting to
I don't
nod
wanna
my head a
know.
little bit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about building a competition belt sander to go belt sander racing with. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that William Osmond video?
Sure did.
There's a William Osmond video from a couple weeks ago where they went power tool racing.
No, I gotta see this. I got to pull up a video. I
The
gotta see.
PSRL, the Belt Sander Racing League. We need to start this.
What?
I gotta
hold
see
on.
this shit.
This is an
literally never
actual
heard about
thing
this.
in the southern U.S.
Once all the short tracks are dead, I'm sure it'll be really popular.
Of course, you say the South, it immediately becomes believable.
Here, I've got a clip from Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Oh, I
of-
thought like
of
people
course I
rate like
do.
Yeah, I
Put
thought
like
you
a
were sat on it or something.
I thought like
How do you
I thought
sit
people
on
like
a belt
stacked like
sander?
50 belt sanders and just sat on it and
Put a
raced.
Hummer body on there. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Wait
so
a
they
minute.
take like
Sick.
RC car bodies and they'll put them on these belt sanders, and they have this course set up with extension cables.
I gotta say, this is a little disappointing. I was expecting like a platform
Yeah, I
made
was
of like
expecting a
15 or
dude to be
20
on
belt
top
sanders and
of it.
people
Nah.
actually racing them.
And they go
who's
feature
disappointed?
racing
Oh,
belt.
disappointed, dude. This is awesome. Fuck you talking about disappointed.
But
I want to see people sitting on them and racing and going around.
No,
corners.
So-
run it back.
Andrew, I'm sponsoring your belt, whatever that thing is. I'm doing it.
so there's a William Osmond video that he put up a couple weeks ago where they did it, but they didn't limit it to just belt
50-foot
sanders.
corner.
Slap, take
Uh,
notes. This will save Green
Bro.
Book.
Yeah.
New generation of motor racing right here. Holy shit, we just
Yeah,
found.
renovate it to become a belt sander racetrack.
Anyway, it's a good video. They buy like angle grinders and put like buzzsaw blades on them and just do like stupid shit. It's pretty funny. Outside of motor racing, do any of you have any truly bonkers pursuits? Thank you from Andrew R. P.S. Thanks to Slap, I've now fallen into the very deep rabbit hole that is ordinary sausage videos. I give it 5 Mark Ruffalos. I've subscribed and I watch them all now. Shout out to Ordinary Sausage.
Dude, that one episode that's named
Disgusting.
Sausage is one of my favorite like titled.
It's one of our least
Titles.
viewed.
I know,
uh,
it's the funniest
podcast.
title. It's sausage made of sausage. It's sausage.
We don't do anything interesting outside of racing, do we?
I designed games. I don't know if that
Hey,
counts.
if you want to
Trace
know like
designs
the
board
crazy pursuits I have, read my manifesto.
Yeah, the pursuit of the average shrimp's pursuit of happiness is pretty insane. So let's go with that.
I'm concerned.
Apparently, a
for-
bonkers pursuit is finding a new job. With how
Oh,
with the
shit.
350
Oh, you-
applications.
All right,
Are we
good
okay?
news. I read all the emails. We don't need my phone anymore. It's on the
I
floor.
thought that might have been a drink spilling or something. So good.
No, it's my entire
Scout
ass
the
phone.
carpet.
I love Brad in the background of slaps.
Yeah,
Shout out.
I thought I kind of hoped we'd go through the whole show without mentioning him and just have him there.
The vengeful spirit of 2013, Brad Kozlowski.
Are you just gonna leave him there all the time now?
Yeah, I think I will.
How are you gonna get
Alright.
in and out of that door?
You know, I don't.
That's a
I'm
closet.
Oh, okay.
concerned for what's in that closet.
That's
It's the gimp.
I'm concerned for who's in that closet.
I don't know why, but Jesus Christ.
God damn.
You don't want to know what's in that closet. You don't want to know.
We have to do a bit, I guess, on the last episode of this show of which I guess is this one.
is
Just
this
slap
one,
right?
opens
This is
the
it.
closet.
Go open it. This is the last episode.
What
Uh,
if one of these were recording something actually busts out of there?
Brad goes flying.
That's gonna be the ultimate gag on the show is when for like episode 100 I come walking out of that closet. Once
I'm gonna come.
That's actually a good one.
Dude.
All right, well,
Complete with the paper bag.
yeah, of course.
Oh god, what do you? That's my face. It's literally my skin. I couldn't come out any other way.
We have the name for this episode already.
Yeah, they're coming for you.
They're coming
Romanian
for
dongs
us.
out.
No, that was last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
Did you know that in Vietnam they actually have a currency called dong?
I want to move.
That's
to-
fantastic.
I'm moving. Yeah. How do I get there?
Yeah, can I go to the currency exchange for 100 dongs?
How
That's
many
Vietnam.
dongs is this?
I just no, I need 420 dongs.
I
we
almost
cool to go to
googled
Vietnam these
Vietnamese
days?
dong. I'm not gonna do that in case that's not correct. All right, everyone say bye. Oh, Trace, thanks for coming on the show.
I have a
Yeah,
beautiful time.
thank you for having me.
Sorry for whatever this was.
Yeah, sorry for the casual mention of war crimes, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I work at Walmart. We casually mention war crimes all the time.
Yeah, that's what the Waltons do, baby.
People of Walmart.
Bye.
How many governments has Walmart overthrown?
Oh,
Not
also, we will be doing an episode next week. We're not doing a Christmas break because we don't care.
We have no
We
life.
don't have families anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
Goodbye.
Walmart got
Wonderful
to 'em.
time.